Hey guys, so was sitting here thinking about addictions and stuff and why people have them, some of the reasons of them. I struggled with them in my life, um, and I've had patients that had it, in families that oh, they were a drunk or oh, they were a drug addict and now they're sick and blah, 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 blah. But, no one ever thinks about the reason why people turn to the things that they do. We all have different reasons for doing what we do. One guy mentioned it, he was looking for, spirit while drinking spirit. Right. It's interesting that that's a term for some of the alcohol. Anyhow, Faith is playing by George Michael. So for me, mine was because of people pleasing, because I was in environments where I never belonged in the first place, and I didn't understand that, and I was always in pain. No one believed me, but something inside me was always in pain. And so I turned to whatever I could, I was never an alcohol person. Didn't ever try any drugs until I was 36. That's when I first tried marijuana. My ex-husband brought it home, and it did not sit well with me the first time around. Again, environment matters. I was doing it around the wrong freaking people. But I was on pain meds for years, since I was in my early 20s, off and on for years. I've had 7 surgeries on my abdomen in 10 years, and that's not including the 2 kids I gave birth to. So I was always in pain on the inside and stuff, but no one could ever find anything. And then, emergency surgery after emergency surgery that they couldn't find anything, gallbladder and all that. But I was always looking for something because I was not happy. I was taking care of everybody around me, but I was not happy. I was not where I belonged. I loved them more than I loved myself, and they took everything from me. They all was nice and healthy. I took care of those around me. But me, I got sicker and sicker. I lost a lot, and I had a lot of inflammation. I gained a lot. I started isolating myself in my room, in my bed. I would take hours and hours in the bath because I love water, and that was my comfort zone, which I didn't understand at the time. But, we all find our own ways of trying to escape. And I also escaped in books and music. Anything to get away. Fire in These Hills is playing. I don't think I'm strong enough. I don't think that I'm enough. That's what I thought back then. Nothing I did was enough. So I medicated. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that's what you're programmed into doing. But when you're around the wrong people, that's what happens. Everybody's looking for themselves in the wrong places. Yourself is in here. And we're taught to go to the doctor here for that, go to the doctor here for that, go to somebody else to ask them what is wrong with us. So addictions suck, yes, but know that you're searching for something that's inside of you that you were never taught to do. Those of us that have been there and done that, like me and some other ones that I have met along the way, a lot of Reiki healers and stuff, we had to go inside and heal ourselves in order to learn how to help others. And so that's what I'm here for. So this is me saying that if you want something different out of life, if you want to see the world in a different way, if you're ready for that path or whatnot, reach out to those healers. Reach out to me. Because everything is changing. And things are not the same, and things are going to get a lot more interesting, I promise. But if you're watching this, you're already curious. This is what I've learned. You're drawn to me to watch me for a reason. You're already curious. Whether it's spiritual, whether it's health, physically, you already sense that there's something more than what we've been told in the past. So I hope this helps whoever this is supposed to help. I know it will, because my dragons come through when necessary. And I have hundreds of songs that Spirit on times will put through, but when it's necessary, they come through with what needs to come through. So, good night, guys. I hope this helps. Hey, I also wanted to add to that, I misspoke when I noted, because sometimes I don't know what I'm saying, and I have to go back and watch what I said, because sometimes Spirit comes through and I don't know. Anyhow, marijuana is not a drug. I think of drugs as anything pharmaceutical. Marijuana is of this earth, just like all the mushrooms and the fruits and the veggies, and they are all of our building blocks. You know, like there's a cannabinoid system, like there's a respiratory and a cardiovascular system in our bodies. So cannabinoids, marijuana, is meant to be a part of us in some way. Everybody's supposed to find their own path to it. Whether it be edibles, smoking it, whatever, you know, just pieces of it. Maybe just having the plant near you. I don't know. Maybe using it on your skin. I don't know. But the point is we do have a system in our bodies that it connects to. Just like the mushrooms and that speak to our DNA to DNA, plants, fruits, veggies, they all speak to us. So that's why they're necessary for our bodies, and we've gotten away from all that and all into this other stuff. So wanted to reiterate that. The next song was In Your Corner by Imagine Dragons. Also, for the addictions, they all fall off as you go. I had tried to get off my pain meds for years myself, and everybody knows trying to get off of that stuff is hell. Because one, you still have the pain. How do you get off of something? You still have the pain, and then you have the withdrawal symptoms on top of that. Spirit stepped me down off of it in time. You know, it was interesting how it worked out. Through everything that I used, through everything that came into my path that I had to learn about. One day I just didn't take my tramadol anymore. And I didn't need it, and I had no withdrawal symptoms from it. It was interesting. But there's a healing process and there's a learning process. And when you're a super empath around, or when you're an empath of any kind, or just in the wrong vicinity of people that, you know, because we're all energy receivers, you know, because we're all spiritual beings. You know, when you're around the wrong crowd, you're going to get some dis-ease in the body, some discomfort in the body. It's your job to acknowledge that and know when it's time to get the hell out. It's a learning process, and it's not easy, but it's worth it.